Men, especially in this country, is feeling isolated and alone. It's a really bad situation in this country. Mama sent me a video link of a guy, and he was talking about in this country, when it comes to suicides, when it comes to homelessness, when it comes to prisons, the numbers of men in these situations are astronomically higher than women. And then this same guy read a lot of the feedback from women, and it was horrible. They were celebrating the fact that men are three times more likely to commit suicide. And it's no wonder good men in this world are backing away from women and saying, look, this is not right. Young
Men have been self-deleting more than women since like forever, ever since I'm sure that people have been taking notations and records. If you look at this graph from Statista, this is compiled, this is in the hundred thousands. The men are the blue line and the women are the black line. So if you can look at this, you will see that typically it looks like it's about 3 to 4 times as many men taking themselves out. And you can see that this graph goes from 1950 to 2018. So the numbers could quite possibly be a lot bigger. Now, there was nothing that was going on entitled The Crisis of Male Loneliness and The Crisis of Men. And in fact, during this time, like the 1950s and 60s, women were still property of men. Women could still be technically raped by their husband. Women could still be institutionalized by their husbands because women weren't full and actualized citizens. They weren't full and actualized humans. So, why is it that men were still taking themselves out more? It wasn't the crisis of loneliness that's going out right now. Could it be that maybe the patriarchy hurts them too? And instead of addressing their issues, which happens to be probably from other men, they're sitting up here still shifting the blame to women. This is not women's issue to fix. This is not women's issue to fix. I think that, the pressure to be the protector and the provider and not have emotional intelligence and not have emotional understanding of how to carry yourself outside of anger and passion and jealousy, that is what leads to these men self-deleting. So maybe, just maybe, instead of focusing on what women are doing or not doing, men will come together and create some mentorship, get some emotional intelligence, go to therapy, even, but therapy was typically a male dominated thing where they're looking at what's wrong with women. They're not looking at what's wrong with men and the way the society sets men up for the okey doke. They don't want to do that because then that would mean that they're not the most logical creatures that they purport themselves to be, that they have purported themselves to be forever. They have always put um, emotions in the realm of woman, and that men are stoic and even keeled and logical and the best leaders, and that has caused them to not be able to actually fix their own problems. They're putting this on women. This is not a women's problem because if you look at this, you see that they have been self-deleting for the longest and the most forever. And let's be real, most of these self-deletions are alabaster hued men because they tend to take themselves out a whole lot more than other people even combined. These comments were ridiculous, and it just goes to show that these people really don't want to take any responsibility for their own healing. This person says being alone and depressed is better than being with someone who doesn't care about you. But forever and ever, marriage was marketed as marriage to a woman was marketed as getting a ball and chain. We're a drag. We're nagging because we expect them to actually participate in the home life and be adults and do things around the house and participate in child rearing. But that's nagging. Now women are all of a sudden supposed to want marriage to these people. Now, Meta Justical says the problem is all the chaotic programming around us. Well, why has it always been that men's self-deletion rate has always been 3 to 4 times higher? Speaking the truth. We need change in thinking. We need to see the other sex as partners instead of competitors. Well, When have we been partners? Whenever I see people talking about equality, men are the ones pushing back, like women are not equal to men. And then this person at the bottom says it is better to live in wilderness than under the roof with a contentious woman. Yeah. These some of these people really don't deserve to have a woman. They don't deserve to have a partner. This person says this is a horrible epidemic. We really need to find a way to help these men. No one deserves to feel like that. What are men doing to help support men? Jay Davis says, speak on this evil every chance you get, brother. People need to know these truths. Well, the truth is that they have been doing this for a long time. Why haven't men taken up the cause of men up until now? We're hearing about all of this crisis of manhood, but I am not seeing men take responsibility and take control, considering they help build everything if you let them tell it, but they cannot build themselves a program or a mentorship to help other men in crisis. They really do expect women to do it. Like the person on the bottom, a good woman is hard to find these days, but women are just now getting some independence within the last two generations, and now we can pick and choose. And now all of a sudden, women are in getting a relationship with a woman is the in thing to do. Like, this is hilarious. This person at the top says, was married for 23 years, four children. They left me 3 months ago. Never felt this kind of pain. No friends or family in my life. Absolute silence. The thought of self deletion is extremely real. Every waking moment is a battle. What did you do? Why would a woman just leave after 23 years? Why would your four children just leave? Because, I mean, what did you do? So many of these men don't take responsibility for what they do in a relationship. Women are not just up and leaving. The person in the middle says, for all the good young men we have lost due to the negligence perpetuated by today's society, man, it's tough. They never seem to take responsibility for anything that they do to themselves and each other. It's always just a society that's this murky, like undefinable thing. Society. What this is what men are doing to other men. The men in charge are the one that is typically perpetuating these things, but they don't hold those people accountable. They just want women to rush in, have some compassion, and fix things. No, y'all fix it. This person says men isolate in packs and alienate women. We end up alone because men care more about what their friends think instead of being involved in their own relationship. Men seem to think women are disposable and only other men matter. Finally, someone in the comment section that has some modicum of sense. Men are the ones that don't want to be vulnerable, that don't want to support their partner, that don't want to actively participate in their lives. And then they get this shocked Pikachu face that women are actually just packing up and leaving. Please get some perspective and get some sense about them. Men need to get some sense. This person says, it sounds like the older men and other men need to get together and start to reach out to these men in crisis. Absolutely. Men, go build something for yourself. Stop waiting on women to do it. And then this person said to that person, it's not just young men. Older men feel this way as well, obviously. The problem is that women have forsaken their nurturing spirit and try to compete with men in this men's world. Always blaming women for something. It's never the men's fault. It's always the woman's fault. This person says, no, they have forsaken just fairness in general. Far and away, majority of women are self-serving and don't care if it negatively affects anyone else. See, this is the reason why I get tired of these people. And I'm just kind of apathetic at this point because they don't have any role to play. They just think that women are just supposed to mother all of them. Like we're just supposed to grab a guy and hold on to him just simply because men don't have any culpability in how they are perceived in this world and their actions in this world. I'm going to leave it there. I just found this kind of pathetic, just pathetic, because men have been taking themselves out, but they really don't think that they should do anything about it. They simply just want society to fix it. So who's society? What society? Women? Y'all just want women to? Okay. No, no. Women are not going to jump in and fix this. Y'all fix it.